2020 has to be my favorite year gardening. While I did invest time and expanded the garden, there are so many wonderful moments when I think back. Here's the best garden moments of 2020.
The harvest. Expanding the garden with 3 garden beds in 2020 brought some challenges, as I typically grow plants in garden pots. With more areas to grow, I had my largest harvest from potatoes, tomatoes, peas, squash, and broccoli. The haven. The greenhouse was made out of leftover wood around the yard, greenhouse plastic film, nails, and some labor. It honestly didn't cost that much for what it offered for the garden. This place was cozy enough during winter and early spring. I do believe I had many more happy transplants earlier in the season. It also didn't hurt that it offered storage for my garden supplies. The blooms. Each year I expand the garden, I also add more types of flowers. I have to say, the more flowers I plant, the more alive the garden becomes. I discovered more pollinators and beneficial insects that protected the garden in 2020. But having even more blooms certainly was a bonus. The perspective. Whether you admire wildlife, have a garden, or desire to have a garden, some of the best moments of 2020 are the positive reactions to the garden tour videos. I started the garden tour videos to share progress and future plans I had for it. Anyone asking what I was up to for the past 8 years during spring and summer often heard me say, I was gardening all weekend. Can you imagine the reaction when they'd ask, you did that the entire weekend? It was often puzzling, but I loved having this little hobby, planting seeds and expanding the garden each year. Thanks again for sharing your feedback about the garden tours. The view. Creating a place to sit and view the garden happens to be one of the best moments. I start my garden videos in this location to give a fresh perspective of the changes each month. This place became such a beautiful way to view the garden, and I can't wait to continue to see the changes from this perspective in 2021.
Well, there you have it, the best garden moments of 2020. Until next time.